A second logistical problem for the British involved the huge expanse of land that constituted the colonies. Basically, the battlefield of this war is pretty extensive. It's an enormous stretch of land, stretching from what would one day be Florida all the way up to Canada and for a little while into Canada, and from the Atlantic coast to the Mississippi. Unlike more traditional wars, more conventional wars, wars of a sort that Britain would have been more used to fighting, there wasn't one central target to attack that could turn the tide of war. Now, the British don't necessarily know this, and we're going to see them actually try to play out this strategy more than once during the war. But in fact, there was not one central target that they could have grabbed and turned the tide of war. Usually, a really good military strategy was to capture a nation's capital or the center of government, and sometimes that really would help push a war to its conclusion. You capture the capital symbolically and also as a source of power and leadership, and sometimes that really does push a war to its conclusion. But in the American colonies, and then after 1776 states, there wasn't any one city that represented America's center of government. There was no one single real American capital, no one core of American strength. And so, as we'll see shortly, throughout the war, the British struggled to determine which major cities' capture might defeat the American cause and bring victory to Britain. And obviously, in the end, this is not a strategy that worked in the American states.